TradeToProspa to give you a Tesla update, not a crypto one. Looking at Tesla, it's been interesting. I did a post some time back, and I didn't actually, I can't recall if I did a video or just a static one, but I did look at this either as a topping off structure with a potential bounce, and on this formation, I was looking at it either as a reversal, which is a Wyckoff distribution, or a continuation pattern. And I did go through my chart where I did say that, yeah, potentially that could have been a reversal of some sort, and we're looking for a reversal structure here on the bottom. So when we look at that, there was none, as you can see. There was a bounce, but it failed to continue up. And so we're looking to go long if we broke above this level. So it didn't do that. So what it came down to is a distribution. So I've got a second chart here, and this was what I posted at the time. And so it's aligned with this distribution. So we got a buying climax, and then we had our secondary test, or UT, up thrust, and then we had the failure. And so it's gone into this Wyckoff schematic 2 structure, and SOW was playing out. So what's next? Well, we're looking at this from a Fibonacci perspective. This we've counted our wave 5 to the top. We're having this ABC correction, and here it's very close to the buying target. This is a selling climax. So, if you look at our Wyckoff accumulations, our selling climax is our SC. So we're looking for, what I'm expecting is usually this takes place is an ascending wedge. So it's probably good to buy here, guys. It might just drop a bit more. You can take your chances, but I do see this level as a selling climax area. And what takes place is usually because it's oversold, we will see an ascending wedge, and then we start the Wyckoff accumulation or continuation pattern. And so Bitcoin's done this, and Bitcoin's pretty much dropped like that. Very similar. Not there yet. This could still continue on to our 1.618. You never know. So let's go to the other chart. So when we look at it from a Fibonacci perspective, and if we look at this cycle, I'm jumping all over the place, so sorry about that. We had our accumulation, this green box. We had our continuation pattern, is this second phase, and our distribution. So now when we apply our Fibonacci from a macro perspective, I suppose this is a lesson for you guys to look at charts from a number of perspectives. From the bottom, so all the way from here to there, we have our Fibonacci levels. And you can see sometimes they are confluent and sometimes not. But this is a good indicator, potentially, how to get to the top target. So let's just do this for a sec. Give me a sec. I want to reverse this. Okay. Does that play any role? It's basically the same. And what can we see from here? Well, if this is our ABC correction, so I am looking from a number of ways. From here, we count our Fibonacci to the top, and we've got our 0.618 level. So I do feel like this is going to be a buying zone. Not to say that it's going to be a bullish market. No, I'm just looking for a rising wedge, and it's probably going to be, we can probably use Bitcoin as a model to do that. But what we'll do is we'll get if that's the buying zone, we can do our Fibonacci and our 618 or the 0.5 is where it's going to go. So what I'm thinking is this: along from here, I'll just put my, that's our level there, and I think the 0.5 fib is the target up to there. So that's what I have at the moment. Let's see. Cool. I do see that happening at the moment. So there's a lot of gain. It might just drop. So this is our likely wave 3 to 4. So we're having our 1, 2, 3, 4, and then potentially further down 5. 5 could be down here with a 0.618 and the 0.382. This is going to be a strong level to buy. So yeah, well, why is the prices are dropping? There are probably a number of reasons, but the main one is I believe this is a good indicator, along with the SP 500. This is a good indicator that 2023 is going to be a bear market. Sales are going to drop for the likes of Tesla and many other cars. So that's what I have at the moment. Now, if we were to just clean this up a bit, let's see what we got. If we were to do a Fibonacci extension from the top to there, to there, let's just put that. We also have this as well, a potential target. So we passed that 1.414. So here's another level. So we can have that range. It will still drop. That's my initial one. That's the worst case scenario. So if we do just hide that, let's have another look from another perspective. And put that one there. Just bring it down a bit. 2 days a week. And again, this is a good buying zone. It's not an easy one, is it, guys? So I would not buy yet until I see, this is a 3-day chart. Let's look on the daily. Okay, so we are seeing some green candle there. Let's see how that looks at the moment. The risk reward is there. So I do feel like this could be a good buying zone. At the moment, it's a falling knife, so you can take your chances, but it could still drop a fair bit more. We can see across here, not that it's going to really make it. This was a demand zone, right? That was up on the way up. We found support there, and we also found resistance there. So it's really very close to. So yeah, I think if it's safe, even if it drops more, it's safe to buy. But the middle might be a bit more. What percentage is that? That is still 84. Yeah, it's still a long way to drop. So I would wait to see what kind of candle this is. But yeah, like I expected, if I was to split this up and put Bitcoin, and I'm just going to demonstrate what I think is happening from a Bitcoin perspective. It's very similar. So what we saw with Bitcoin, if it gets to it, okay. See how we got this. This is what I'm looking at. So if we do a Fibonacci extension just like this, we've got a 1.414, and what we had was a sound climax, and then we had this rising wedge. So I'm expecting something very similar to be there, and then we will watch what the rest takes place. But I still feel like that is a wave 3 to 4, and with Bitcoin's um, scenario, if we do our, I'd say it's from there. Okay, it was a 0.618. Or was it? Yeah, it was our 0.618 or close to it. Okay, very close to the 0.618. So in this case, if that was potential, we would just do that. So I'm looking at 0.618 or the zero point 0.5, and that has confluence with this area with previous resistance. So you could just pass that, or could go to the 618 level. And that's what we've got, guys. Just giving you a fractal that you can leverage with. This was pretty much a topping off structure, very similar to this. And once we broke the neckline, like you can see perfectly, we broke this neckline, and you can see then there was capitulation. So very similar to this. We broke this neckline, and then we got the capitulation drop. You can see it's very aligned, amazingly. Not the top, but the Wyckoff structure. And so I'm expecting, so Bitcoin's ahead of the game. So this is a 3 to 4 as well. So if you haven't watched my other videos, I said 1, 2, 3, 4, and potentially 5 is down there. And so we're going to be looking for something like that as well. So let's see, that's our 618 from that perspective. And yeah, I do feel like this is going to be a bit of an accumulation potentially. Let's see if we can get it. And then potentially a bear flag, and then further down. I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully it gives you some guidance, give some ideas, and I'll give me a like and share. Come and join our Telegram group, and talk to you soon. Cheers.